What's good, people? Welcome back to the Arsenal Bloodline. You're here with me, Julz, and this is the first match reaction of the season. We've just taken on Man United at Old Trafford. The score finished Man United 0, Arsenal 1. So guys, before we get into the match reaction, if you could be so kind as to like and subscribe if you haven't already, that will help us out greatly and be much appreciated. So guys, that was the first game of the season. You know what? I don't know what to make of that, to be honest. I really don't. I had high expectations for this game. I thought we'd play a lot better than we did. For me, that wasn't good enough. That just wasn't. I know it's the first game of the season, but that first half was awful. Awful. Everyone played poor in that. We looked nervous, jittery. We couldn't get the main players on the ball. I didn't like it at all. And then the second half was just more of the same for me, really. We've got the win. And my God, that our backs, it was backs against the wall stuff today. Backs against the wall stuff. We're playing a Man United team. Yes, we don't do well at Old Trafford. Traditionally, we don't. We always find it difficult, no matter what kind of team Man United have. Yes, they've bought some new players. Great, but we've played against these players before. There's no real surprises there for me. I'm very, very frustrated, guys. I'm very frustrated. My brother, he has he'll be doing some of these match reactions too, and his outlook on games is a lot better than mine. Mine's a bit more. I'm a bit more hard. I'm a bit more critical, I'd say, on the team at times. First game of the season, so I'm not expecting razzle dazzle stuff. I really am not. But I was expecting a lot better than what we got. What they served up today was trash, and for me, the too many sloppy things going on in that game between Gabriel and Saliba, the two best centre backs last season for me, and they just looked nervous in that first half, jittery, just not doing their natural game. Raya, at one point in the first half, decided he was going to dribble and almost gave the ball away. It's like, what are you doing? Second half, he kicks the ball out of play under no pressure whatsoever. It was just a lot of strange decision making going on the pitch today for me. And and obviously, again, it's the first game of the season, so I am going to give a little bit of an allowance, you know. But it's the same for every team. It's the same for everyone, you know. Okay, the performances. Where can we start? Okay, so for me, Raya. Okay. He was one of our better players, even though he was part of the sloppiness in the first half. He made some great saves. He kept us in the game for sure. Cunha got in behind, had that shot. If he didn't get the touch on it, it's a goal. Another save from Mbeumo with a header. There was quite a lot of good blocks we put in as well in the second half. But guys, you want to win this league. Yes, it's going to be tough, but you've got to play better away from home. I mean, the second half was like it was parts of the game that was end to end, you know. We'll have the ball, they'll have the ball. There was so much space on that pitch. And I think a team that's in its rhythm, I think there was a lot of space out there today, but a team that finds its rhythm does a lot better against that Man United team. But Man United, I have to say, they played very well. They were up for it. From minute one, they were up for it. They were on us. And we just didn't know how to cope with it. We couldn't get our wide plays in the game. Martinelli, for me, struggled big time. And the one thing he does do when he struggles is he works hard. But even his working hard wasn't up to par. It wasn't good enough. Saka could not get in the game at all. It seems that Delit, Euro, whoever it was on that side, just had his number. He just couldn't get beyond them today. We didn't see the combination of Saka, Ben White, and Odegaard. Not at all. Ben White looked sharp in pre-season, but again, today he just couldn't get to grips with the pace of Cunha and the movement. You know, he couldn't get to grips with him. Odegaard. I'm pausing there on purpose because I don't know what to say. He had a lot of the ball in the first half, but his decision making was poor today. Poor. There was a moment in the game where Gyökeres and Saka were running. He had a choice. Pick one of them and did nothing and give the ball away. And it's like, I'm just fed up of that because it smacks of last season. And this is a brand new season and we didn't play well at all in any part of that 90 odd minutes. In my opinion, it was just pure trash. Just getting the ball, couple of passes, give it away. The movement up front just wasn't there today. And Gyökeres, okay, let's talk on Gyökeres. Debut in the Premiership, it didn't go well. It didn't go well, guys. Not at all. Just, he had flashes of what he could do, what he can do, but it felt like someone trying too hard for me. You know, you can tell the new guy wants to impress. And for me, it's just nothing works. He had a bit of a fight with a lot of their defenders, and he was coming off second best for most part of it. He got the better of him on a couple of occasions, but then he fluffed his lines. You know, just it didn't go well. He had an hour before Kai Havertz came on. Again, Havertz comes on, but doesn't do anything. Doesn't contribute to the game. Not really. And you would have thought, obviously, because of last season, he's good at dropping deep and receiving the ball and then, you know, playing it out and then getting back up there. But didn't see that today. Didn't see that at all. Zubimendi, he looked good in parts. Wasn't one of his better games. He's had better games in pre-season, but this is welcome to the Premiership. You know, he's got to get to grips with the speed and the pace and the physicality of the game. He will get there. I'm not worried about him. Not worried about him. He did his thing a little bit, as much as he could. Rice, disappointed again. Very disappointed. He didn't seem drive forward at all in this game. He was defending mostly, you know. Didn't really get on the ball. It felt like we was in a rush to pass the ball, get the ball passed off to each other. Couldn't find each other in them spaces and didn't utilise the ball at all. Not at all today. Second half, Saliba and Gabriel kind of got it together, you know, shut them out in the end. It was great. The goal, another set piece, you know, set piece FC. We earned that title today. Set piece FC. We were strong in the box as usual. You know, trap the keeper in. The keeper will look weak, and Calafiori gets a tap-in header. Simple as that. You know, it is what it is. But I'm just very frustrated. Again, yes, it's the first game of the season, but if this is the sign of things to come, we're in for a long old season, guys. A long old season. But I don't think that's going to be the case. It's going to take at least, I don't know, 3 or 4 games, maybe 5 games for everyone to get up to speed, match fitness, and get the rhythm back. But that was an awful watch, man. I did not enjoy any of that game. And usually there's at least, if you play badly, there's at least a part in the game where you dominate and you think, we could have scored there. Not at all. Not until right at the end, really, when Saka went through, crossed it to Madueke, but he got a deflection of Bruno Fernandes. And yeah, he didn't get the chance, unfortunately. But again, Madueke came on. A lot of people said maybe Madueke should have started over Martinelli. I will now, looking back, I tend to agree. But again, Madueke coming into that kind of game didn't have nothing. He couldn't get going in the game. And it's a shame. But, you know, he'll get his chance again. He'll probably no doubt start a game at some point. He could even start the next game. And I'd probably go with, let's start Madueke, please, and let's see how that goes. Obviously, start with Gyökeres again, because that was, you know, a baptism of fire for him. He probably got more caught up in a battle physically than rather concentrate on making his runs and things like that. But, you know, the one good thing is we got the 3 points. That's the main thing. We got the 3 points. Didn't play too well, but we got the 3 points, and that's all that counts at the end. So it is what it is, you know. Hopefully the next game, is it Leeds at home? Hopefully we see that we're back to our normal selves and we, you know, dominate the ball, create those chances, and hopefully Gyökeres gets off to a flying start at home. But until then, guys, I've been Julz, and this is the Arsenal Bloodline. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.